What's going on, guys? I am Freddie. Today I'm going to be talking to you a little bit about my film cameras here. I've been shooting film predominantly on my Mamiya RZ67. However, I just recently made a music video for our latest single by Ember called Cheap Flights Hawaii, and it was shot entirely on my Nishika N8000. And I'm going to talk a little bit about what exactly this guy does compared to my Mamiya. So I want to start by talking about why I even shoot film. You might say, Fred, what the hell are you doing? Spending money on film stocks, taking time to scan photos and develop, and it's just a hassle. Well, it's not. Well, compared to digital, yeah, it kinda is, but it's worth it. I've shot digital photography for a long time. I shoot on my phone every day. It's convenient. And until you take the leap into film, you start to realize the magic of the process and the lack of process in the digital realm. So on my Mamiya here, I have 10 shots in a roll. So I'm not firing off 1,000 shots. You have skin in the game when it comes to film. You're spending money on rolls. You don't have unlimited space on your SD cards like you do in the digital world. But that's good. It makes you a more consistent and more thoughtful and smarter photographer out of financial necessity. Also too, once you find a film stock that really vibes with your style and color preference, half the work is really already kind of done for you. I shoot Ector and Portra predominantly, and they're beautiful film stocks. They have a great color profile to them, and they give me a lot to work with in Lightroom, but half the time I don't even touch them. Maybe I'll just do some basic color correction and the photo's there. And when it comes to digital, you kind of have to make some leaps and bounds inside Lightroom and Photoshop to get some life out of the photos. And if you don't develop film and you have to send it to a film lab to get developed, when you get those rolls back, it is like Christmas morning. Believe me, I love getting my film back. It's my highlight of the week. So this is my Mamiya RZ67, and I shoot predominantly on this. It is a 120 film camera, and it has larger negatives than a 35mm. This is a 35mm and a Nashika negative, actually. So by shooting 120 film, you have a bigger negative and thus bigger resolution, and you can get a lot of detail out of this camera. And the biggest thing I could say about it is heavy and it has quality. So one of the reasons why I even shoot film and I love this camera is there's no screens. It's not digital, and it uses a battery whenever you use your shutter speed above 400ths of a second. And so this uses bellows and this little dial to get your focus in perfect, compared to most 35mm cameras or modern digital cameras where you have your zoom and your focus on the lens. This only has your aperture setting on the lens. I think it's great for portraits, great for street photography. The only thing is, it's hefty. Now, I love my Mamiya, but I also love this camera. This is the Nishika N8000. This is a film camera, also from the 80s. Kind of a consumer-y camera because it's such a niche, kind of gimmicky idea. It has 4 lenses here, and those 4 lenses all have different perspectives on your subject. And when you get that negative back, you can see that there are 4 photos that are covering the same subject. But there's slight differences between each shot because there's different lines of sights. And so when you cut those up in Photoshop, put them in Premiere, trim down the time between each photo, then you have a GIF that you can loop, and it's kind of a 3D still photo. It's really cool. So it's a really simple camera. It's mostly plastic. If I dropped it, it'd probably explode all over the place like a pile of Legos. So that's kind of the gist of this camera. I love it. It's unique. It's film. And if I have any say in the matter, I probably will be buried with both of them. I do really love these cameras. And those are my 2 film cameras, the Mamiya RZ67 and the Nishika N8000. Please go follow my new YouTube channel at Freddie Tyler Paul, where I'll be talking about my film work and my process a lot more in the near future. And please go follow my Instagram channel at fred.t.photo. And please like this video and comment and subscribe. I'm always curious to see what you guys are shooting on. Thank you and keep snapping.